Okay, a quick revisit of a comment from 6 days ago now. So I apologize for not having got back to you kind of like early and on time and timely and that sort of thing. It says here, love your work, Nick, and since you study a lot of alternative medicine, any insights on what might cause generalized anxiety from a spiritual perspective and how you can heal from it? Obviously, I understand the general disclaimer that this would not be medical advice. No, it wouldn't be definitely would not be medical advice. But you're asking from the point of alternative medicine, firstly, and then you're asking what could be causing generalized anxiety from a spiritual perspective. So that's two different subjects and looks at in two different ways. Firstly, you would not look at it from a spiritual perspective. You would look at it primarily from a physical and a psychological perspective, and that's where your attack on the whole thing would be. So that would mean maybe looking into your diet, see whether you've got any allergies, exclude a few things, then reintroduce them, see if you react psychologically to them. Things like dairy and gluten and eggs, soy, all kinds of other things could be causing that. Even maybe too much of one thing and not enough of another. Maybe you've got a digestive dysbiosis and there's a physiological imbalance there in your bacteria. So also looking at kefir and kombucha and that sort of stuff, which is more available now and more socially acceptable these days. That's a hypothetical perspective. Also looking into things like the batch flower remedies, so including rescue remedy, which I myself have used before when I've had over-the-top anxiety, which does seem to take some of the edge off. And there may also be things from homeopathy which could also possibly help you. I don't know. I'm not a specialist in homeopathy. I've done a diploma mill online course in homeopathy, but I certainly don't feel I would have enough knowledge to specifically choose something for yourself. I wouldn't know what to do. But that's something else which you can then have a look at. It is said that homeopathy itself operates on the spiritual level. Some people say there's a bottle of homeopathic medicine is like frequency in a bottle. So if you take that, you're taking that extra energy or frequency into your being somehow. So that could actually be a thing. Also, maybe even get yourself if you've got the money together, go and find yourself one of these new cannabis doctors and see whether they can help you out and provide you with some form of right blend of CBD and THC, which could then be useful to you on prescription. And that's another way of looking at it. But if your question is from a spiritual perspective, then you're talking into the world of prayer, magic, ritual, and also superstitious traditions. Okay, when I say superstitious traditions, I mean things like hanging up a witch ball or getting a curved mirror. People put those in their house to protect against the evil eye, and is that superstition or is that functional? That depends upon perspective, and of course how that particular symbol affects you energetically speaking, and how much faith you imbue it with. So if you are a person of faith, have objects of faith around your house, in your jewelry, even if it's just worn on a pendant inside your shirt so no one else can see it. Things that relate to yourself and your own personal, authentic sense of identity, really. That's also useful. When it comes to things such as ritual, then it's more a question of looking into things like chakra balancing, middle pillar exercises, strengthening of the aura using breath as well as visualization of light, engulfing the body, surrounding the body, filling the body with good things, good blessings, connecting with energy sources through meditation and prayer, which are essentially good sources and good things for you. Then there's other things like the lesser rites of pentagram, which some people do morning and evening instead of morning or evening prayers. They just do it and do the visualizations and do the whole thing as prayerfully as you can, because in that prayerful state then the visualization can really work and it can feel like a different experience to normal life. What else? Doing other things such as shamanic journeying in order to try and find out from, let's say, if you go into a higher realm, trying to find, communicate with those in the higher realms and see if they give you a symbol which you could then carve into a talisman and keep on you. I've done that, saw something similar. I went and did the visualization, went upstairs asked for a symbol to be given to me. I received a symbol in my vision. I took it down and I wrote it on a card, shoved it in my wallet, and a negative feeling kind of like left me. One of the key negative feelings I was suffering from just left me as a result of doing that. So a combination between shamanism plus creation of talismans, even if it's just simple, something written with pen on paper, which you keep on your person, can also be a beneficial way of doing things. Actually going to see a spiritual healer on a regular basis, if you can afford the time, the energy, the money, the everything else that goes into that sort of thing, would also be a way of giving you an energetic boost as well. So there's lots of ways of doing these things, but returning to a faith-based perspective which is healthy for you and appropriate for you is a good thing to do. Whether that's doing things at home or doing things outside of the home, or changing the ways in which you do things for self-protection. Some people will put little charms hung up in their windows in order to like reflect out negativity, or to like put a block or a stop to anything that's trying to come in through the window, and so on and so forth. Some people would even like bless their whole house with salt water. Occasionally little sprinkles, just a few drops. Okay, it's the ceremony of the whole thing which helps to clear the energy, make the place feel nice. Putting up a symbol like the Om symbol on your wall, just print it out from somewhere online, and just shove it on your wall, just up there, just something else to just like bring you into that state of, that's a symbol that means balance and harmony and higher spirituality. That is therefore good for me. It's therefore like a combination between spirituality and placebo, all working together to make you feel good. There's lots of ways in which these things can be done to try and provide that extra level of dealing with generalized anxiety from a spiritual perspective, and it's up to you and up to your traditions that you understand as to which ones you think is right for you. And is this a hard and fast factual thing? There's truth to it, and therefore it is important, and it's important that we discuss these things because there's truth to it. But the quantity of results you want to get and the methods that you choose and whether they actually like match up properly, that's essentially where the dialogue gets a bit more complicated. And can you reliably, 100% every single time, do this, that, and the other to improve your level of strength, emotional strength when dealing with life? I don't know. That's up to your experimentation. All people like me can do is provide you with suggestions. All right? Look after yourself, keep cool, relax, chill out, drink some chamomile tea, and stroke the cat.